in the animated series, the last 2 episodes are centered around a Scott Pilgrim musical. And in the show, they call it Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Musical, which you can actually go listen to the medley that they do in episode 8 on Spotify. And I thought that was pretty funny, because when I was a teenager, I wrote a script adaptation for a Scott Pilgrim musical, and it was called Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Musical. I did send that to the creator, Brian Lee O'Malley. I emailed it to him when I was like, I don't even remember how old I was, like 18, 19 or something. You know, and looking back on it, it's not a very good adaptation. It's kind of like my script, at least, was kind of bad. It was just sort of funny to me that when they introduced this concept of a Scott Pilgrim musical with the exact same name of the thing that I wanted to make, that I sent to the creator, I felt like it was obviously there have been multiple attempts at a Scott Pilgrim musical over the years. You know, like multiple people have tried to make this a thing, to try to make it happen. So I don't think it was like 100% a reference to just me. Like, I had a friend, after I finished my script, I had a friend who was in a reading of it, not of my script, but of another Scott Pilgrim musical adaptation at NYU. Mm-hmm. And so, like, it was like a staged reading. So, like, other people have done it, and then people have, like, posted concept albums and stuff on YouTube of them just, like, trying to make it a thing. So, I don't necessarily think that it was, like, just a reference to me, but, like, how fun. Like, what a funny thing that, like, I don't know, like, 6-7 years later, after my kind of silly little attempt to make it a thing, was it, like, you know, actually portrayed in official Scott Pilgrim media?
Well, why did you call it Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Musical?
It is a reference to the first book, which is called Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Life.
Okay.
Yeah, and so mine was called Scott Pilgrim the Musical, or alternate title, Scott Pilgrim's Precious Little Musical.